Hello everybody, this is AG here, and welcome to the Chicagoland Speedway. Once again, on Thanksgiving Day, after that wonderful Thanksgiving 500 we had earlier this morning, we're here to qualify for the Turkey Hill Truck Series, race number 14 of the season, tomorrow night on Black Friday here from the Chicagoland Speedway, the Menards 225. It'll be a 38-lap race tomorrow. I'm definitely excited to see how it all goes down here. Join alongside Josh Williamson for the call of qualifying and the race. And Josh, after the last race here in the Turkey Hill Truck Series, after Laura Chung had her issue on the pit lane, Sebastian Chicagoland went ahead and took the points lead by 34 points. Do you think anyone's going to find a way around Chicagoland in this championships scenario after these last 5 races, or do you think Chicagoland might have this one in the bag?
Well, anything can happen over the course of 5 races. This has been a pretty wild season of Turkey Hill Truck Series racing. So it would not surprise me if somebody were able to reel in that 34-point gap, or at least get close, but 34 points, that is going to take quite the home run ball, if you will, to get back up there to overtake the 75 of Chicagoland, who has been tremendous pretty much this entire season.
4 wins for Chicagoland on the season, including our last race at Gateway last weekend. We'll have to see if he can get his 5th race here in the same state. We went to Gateway, which is in Illinois, down the St. Louis area down there. And now we're in the Chicagoland area here in Illinois, so keeping it in Illinois here in the middle of November. Of course, some of these guys raced earlier today in the Thanksgiving 500, so probably a little worn out from all the plane travel getting over here. Yeah, they didn't actually fly over. This is a video game. But still, you know, got a little bit of experience under their belt today. We'll have to see how well they can do here in qualifying. Number 66, Roberto Crown Jr., right now the fastest driver. And then Derek Hamlin to take the top position away. This is one of those places where if you can get out to a race lead, you're going to have a good day and a good shot at getting the race victory, but it could take a while before we get someone to pull away here on this racetrack. It is definitely a very wild racetrack. These guys slipping and sliding all over the place. Not much grip on this racetrack compared to some of the other mile-and-a-half races that we go to, so because of that, these guys are going to struggle a little bit out there, and we may see a few accidents in the race tomorrow, so we'll have to see how that all goes down. And Sebastian Chicagoland taking the top position once again. Chicagoland's only won 2 poles this season, interestingly enough, but he could win a 3rd one here. So he's gone to the top of the board, but Roberto Crown Jr. and then Josh Williamson up the second. Thomas Troxel taking the top position away in the number 17.
Yeah, you mentioned how difficult a racetrack this is. Trucks slipping and sliding all over the place. This is one of the most driver skill dependent racetracks we come to all season long. And definitely one of the most driver skill dependent mile-and-a-half tracks we come to, and so you've really got to be up on that wheel. You've got to be up there on the pedals. You've got to wheel these trucks around this track, and nobody is going to give it to you easily. And so, like you said, someone could get out to a big lead, but someone could easily reel them right back in, and they could go back to fighting tooth and nail for every position around this racetrack. We're just a little over 6 minutes left here. Looks like the 98 of Ryan Kinghart put down a blistering 29.144. Great lap there out of the Thor Sport Racing driver.
That's Zach Winkle there, not the 98 of Ryan Kinghart. And Kinghart
there he is
interesting because he's come close to winning so many races this season, but has only gotten the 1 win that he got at Darlington back in September, nearly 3 months ago. But so many have slipped away from him. He was running up front at Texas, got wrecked out in that race, and also was running up front at Bristol, and we had all the issues in that one. He's won 2 poles on the season, but he might not win the pole for this one, as Brad Stover has gone to the top of the board in the 45. Meanwhile, Chicagoland has fallen off a little bit. He's all the way down in 22nd right now. That's not exactly where you want to be on a place like this, because that's right where all the madness is on this racetrack, and if you're not careful, you could get caught up in an accident. That could very well happen to Chicagoland, which could give the points lead back to Laura Chung, and that's what happened at Iowa. When Kukulon had his issue on the pit lane in that race, Laura Chung took the points lead for a split second. Then she had a pit road issue at Gateway along with a bunch of other drivers in that race, and I apologize for that. I should have done something and redone that, but, you know, I had the Thanksgiving 500 coming up, and that was the main focus, but, you know, it switched right back around at that Gateway race when Laura Chung had her issue on the pit lane, and now Kukulon back in the position, but it could switch again, and there's still 5 races left to go, including this one. You got Chicagoland, you got Martinsville, Las Vegas, Talladega is the penultimate race of the season, and that can go any which way, and then the finale at Homestead on Christmas Day, so it's going to be interesting to see who gets it done between Laura Chung and Sebastian Kukulon. It'll be also interesting to see if anyone comes close to getting to those two guys. The only other driver I see having an opportunity and maybe winning this championship is Ryan Kinghart. But Ethan Lewis is also there, only 80 points behind. Something could happen with him. Ali Yera, she won at Texas earlier in the season. She could also have an opportunity. She's only 86 points behind. If Kukulon and Laura Chung get caught up in a couple of accidents in a couple of these races, and Martinsville and Talladega are definitely 2 racetracks where that could happen, we could see ourselves someone stealing this championship come Homestead on Christmas Day. But right now, it's looking like it's going to be between Laura Chung and Kukulon the one to beat at the moment in this Turkey Hill Truck Series Championship. But right now, Brad Stover the one to beat here for the pole at Chicagoland. And we'll have to see if he can get it pulled off here. He's 6th in the point standings. Has already won a pole this season, looking for his 2nd pole of the year. Looking for his first win. Of course, we've had Sebastian Kukulon and Laura Chung each win 4 races on the year. We have not had any other multi-time winners this season. Ryan Kinghart, Ali Yera, Nathan Stapleton, Shane Lake, and Thomas Troxel. The only other drivers to win races this season. That means that we have only had ourselves 8 different drivers go to victory lane this season here in the Turkey Hill Truck Series. Actually, 7. Excuse me, 7! Only 7 different winners so far in 13 races, and it's been mainly dominated by Kukulon and Chung, but we may see a different winner tomorrow night the way things are. Never mind. Right at the end there, Kukulon up to 3rd in the 75. He got that pull off of Stapleton and Aaron Abel, and that is exactly what Kukulon wanted. He wants to keep this championship lead.
He garnered the nickname Slidin' Seb in the Trinity River Cup Series in 2022, and there he is, sliding his way into the 3rd position, just behind the 98 of Ryan Kinghart and the 45 of Brad Stover, a 29.167 late in this session, 22 one-thousandths of a second better than 4th place now, the 32 of Memphis Fisher. He must have come down onto the pit road and gotten some fresh tires, and we'll see. Maybe he could get some faster times going. He might climb up the standings a little bit more before this session's over with.
It is possible. He did have the check up there behind Ali Yera in the 20. Have to see, though, if Kukulon can make that 3rd place work. Laura Chung, on the other hand, has not advanced from where she was. She's still back in the field, 19th right now. So another race like Gateway for Laura Chung, and this championship is going to easily go to Kukulon, only unless Ryan Kinghart has something else to say about that, because Kinghart, he's got a 2nd place starting position at the moment right now. Let's have to see if he can pull it off in tomorrow night's race, because he's a guy who I feel like deserves a lot more than what he's gotten so far this season. But he still has time to rebound, and we'll just have to see if he can get a race victory tomorrow night. But he's going to have Kukulon fall back or get wrecked out in a lot of these races if he's going to have a chance at the championship. So we'll have to see if that is in fact the case. That is why we race. And of course, it's been a very dominating season between Sebastian Kukulon and Laura Chung. Obviously, the ratings coming into play with that, but it's been fun, and hopefully, you know, the rest of you have enjoyed it, even though maybe some of you have not had much success in this series. Of course, going into the Wawa Cup Series next year, it's going to be a lot more evened out. We're still going to have ratings, but I think it's going to even out a lot more throughout the season. Going to be a little bit more competitive, but still fun to see what it would be like if we kind of did it, if these guys really were better than others, and we're obviously seeing that with Kukulon and Laura Chung this season, but it's still been a fun season here in the Turkey Hill Truck Series, and excited to see who gets this championship pulled off here this year. But looks like Brad Stover's going to pull off the top position here in qualifying. Oh, we got
trouble!
Got some carnage right there. Hightower and Memphis Fisher.
I was talking about Memphis Fisher a little bit ago. They're the 4th position in the standings. Shouldn't hurt his position, but he's going to have to hammer out some dents before we get going tomorrow night.
First, the good thing is, once you got your time, you got your time. It doesn't really matter what happens in this session. And another thing, we'll be getting rid of these qualifying sessions for next year in the Wawa Cup Series. I feel like they just drag on, and I don't enjoy them, as I have stated in many of these sessions. And then again, last weekend, qualifying, more people watched qualifying than the race last weekend at Gateway. I can't explain anything, but go figure. Maybe you guys do like qualifying. You're trying to tell me something. I don't know. Brad Stover wins the pole for Chicagoland. He'll lead us to the green flag for tomorrow's 38-lap event, alongside Ryan Kingard, Sebastian Kukulon, Memphis Fisher, Thomas Troxel, Agar Barreto, Nathan Stablin, Brian Webb, Owen Miles, Nathan Ortman, the top 10. We'll see if we have any ties throughout the field. And we do not. That is how they will line up for tomorrow's Menards 225 here from the Chicagoland Speedway, the 14th race of the season in the Turkey Hill Truck Series. Happy Thanksgiving once again to all you guys out there. And we'll see you guys tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Black Friday for the Menards 225 here in the Turkey Hill Truck Series. Congratulations to Brad Stover, and I will see you guys later.